What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I'm your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a fantastic Saturday night. A little after 7 o'clock here. Going to post this bad boy as soon as I possibly can. Got to make a little trip to Philadelphia tonight. Going to the game tomorrow. Better see you there. If you're going to be there, stop by Lot E. Going to be throwing down. Hope to see you there. I am getting antsy just thinking about this game. Cannot wait. Going to be a tough one. We talked about it all week. Top matchup. Went behind me lines. Got to know everything about the Rams. Kept you up to date with all the roster moves, all the injury news. Go check out any of those videos if you would like. And I put all of these things in playlists each week. So you want all the information throughout the week, feel free to go right to those playlists. But tonight, we are going to talk about the practice squad elevations for both the Eagles and their Week 3 opponent, the Los Angeles Rams. Appreciate you all taking the time here. You have any questions, comments, feel free to leave it down below. Can't thank you enough for hitting the like button, sharing, subscribing, hitting the hype button, the new button down there. All that stuff really helps. So cannot thank you enough. Let's jump right into this bad boy with a little bit of news. The Rams have an update here. Nick Hampton is now out for this game. Wasn't even on the game status report yesterday, but ended up with an illness today. It is being reported by Adam Schefter that he is questionable, but you know me, I go follow all of the opposing team's reporters. I actually have seen he is out. He's not traveling with the team. So Adam Schefter, come on, buddy. So we'll hope he catches up here soon, but he's actually out. He's a depth piece. They'll try to make something of it, but the guy doesn't even really play. So, he's what I thought a couple of years ago out of the draft. I thought he'd be good, but still in development. We'll see. But he's out for this game. Now let's jump into some actual elevation news, and we'll do that with the Eagles here. And both guys that we talked about now, Marcus Epps, this is his final elevation. So he will have to be moved to the active roster if he wants to play on game days. No more elevations left off of the practice squad. Cameron Latu, this is his second elevation here, and we talk about it. You heard me last week ask if we could possibly try him out at fullback. Well, we got our wish because Goddard was out. We needed a tight end. This dude came in as tight end 3 and fullback, so hell yeah. I was very excited to see that come to fruition after talking about it with you guys. I think the guy's the perfect size to fill in for Ben Van Sumeren, that athleticism he has. So excited to see what he can do. We need a tight end that can block other than Goddard. So many of uses for him. But let's take a look at the updated depth chart now. And you see the injury list first. These are the players that will not be on this depth chart. BVS out for the season along with Johnny Wilson. Lampkin is there. Cameron Williams. Miles Hinton designated to return here soon. And then Nakobe Dean eligible to come back after week 4. We'll see what happens there. Now with the offense, I put Cameron Latu here at fullback because I believe that is where, those 2-3 snaps maybe he will play. But he can also help you as that 4th tight end. And I think, that is by being the tight end 2 or tight end 3 on certain sets where you need more of a blocking tight end. So going to have some usage for him. Shipley's out for this game. We talked about that yesterday. So Dylan, Bigsby will be the backups. McKee questionable. Should be good to go like last week. And then on to the defense. As I mentioned, Marcus Epps, this will be his final elevation. So if you want him as depth, probably get rid of Kenyon Green or trade Ojolari makes him. That was always the plan, the roster, and I do believe that'll happen after this game next week. Special teams area, nobody affected by the elevations. With Will Shipley out, we will get a chance to actually see Tank Bigsby here. And, last week we thought we would, but they kept kicking it to John Mechie. So don't do that. I'd like to see a little bit of Tank here. That would be nice. Now on to the Rams. They don't have any elevations at this moment. Now they are a West Coast team. I know their news comes out, but they haven't had any news. And last week they didn't elevate anyone. So I'm not waiting. I don't have time. So no elevations at this moment here, a little after 7 o'clock. But you can see their injury list. Keir Thomas, Keller was just added this week. So no changes to anything other than the defense. We'll see here in a second. The offense, Parkinson still questionable. Avila doubtful for this. So Diedick would step in. Talked about all this stuff yesterday. Game status report, the top matchups the day before. Go check out any of those videos. You see here, Braden Fisk, questionable for this one. That is unfortunate news for them. But you see Nick Hampton, who we just mentioned, is out for this one. They use a three-man rotation of Young, Verse, and Stewart anyway. But again, can help you on special teams, an injury, whatever. So you never want to see anybody hurt. That's what's going on with them. And then nothing has here for their special teams unit. But that's it. That is all the information you need for tomorrow's game, the updated depth chart with those elevations, and, of course, the injury update. But tomorrow, again, I will be at that game, so I will be going live from the link, doing a pregame show, and then we'll talk about the game whenever I can afterwards. But, again, if you're going to be there, you better reach out to me. I hope to see you. Hope to meet some of you. Really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to this game. Love to hear your thoughts on this game. You can go back and watch those matchup videos. You can tell me right now who your top matchup is, your score predictions. I'm always down to talk some birds. But all I've got for you here tonight, if you got anything from this video, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Share this bad boy. Subscribe. Hype it up. Whatever you're doing, I thank you for it. Love to hear from you down below. But, yeah, look, I always say this because I mean it. If you guys need anything, please feel free to reach out. We're always going through stuff, not trying to preach to you. This is our escape, our Eagles, but I'm always here for you. Just know that you always have a friend if you ever are going through anything. I love each and every one of you. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're ready to see the Rams get their ass kicked. But all I've got for you. So until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all stay safe out there, and as always, go Birds!